Okay, hello everyone. This morning I arrived in York, England. So I've not been posting today. The only video you'd see was this morning if you're awake at like 7 and you watch my videos. But anyways, get to the point. Yeah, I had a really good day, just making a little compilation of some stuff. Basically just the giant tour this guy gave us around the site, because apparently it's more of a spooky place. Right guys, hope you enjoy this. Bye.
They walk out thinking they've done the entire thing. But there is a whole other wing with the military collection and the toys and dollies, and of course the dungeons as well, which kind of give away what the place was originally when it was first built. It was opened in 1705 as the castle prison. And curiously, in that exact same year, a famous criminal from this country was born, who was later on imprisoned in the castle prison, in one of the cells that you can see now that it's a museum, shortly before his execution, and is nowadays said to haunt that building and also to haunt the very streets of York on horseback. Now, having talked about this fellow quite a lot over the past few years, I've discovered that he's not very well known outside of the UK at all. Unlike Robin Hood, for example. Everyone's heard of Robin Hood for some reason. Czech Republic, Brazil, Belgium, you name it, they've all heard of him. Some people internationally have heard of Guy Fawkes, but he's a bit more hit and miss. Did you all know, by the way, that Guy Fawkes was from York? A lot of people don't know that. He was born, brought up and educated here in York. In fact, at St Peter's School where he used to go, which is that way past the Minster, they do have a bonfire every year, but they don't put a guy on top of it. I suppose they figure it would be bad for them to burn an old boy at the school or something like that.
Put the government on top.
Sorry?
Model of the government on top.
Well, you could do. People often do that kind of thing. They do that in Kent. They have these huge bonfires where they put politicians on, don't they, regularly? Yes. So have you heard of Guy Fawkes? And you? Had you heard of Guy Fawkes before you got here?
Yeah.
All right. So where did you find? I'm sorry. I'm just a bit curious about this. I'm going to wander off to the pub or something. So anyway, so as a butcher's assistant. Well, he started off as a baby, but he became a butcher's assistant and eventually he teamed up with a local criminal gang called the Gregory Gang. And for most of his criminal career, not what he's known for at all, he did what they used to call in those days housebreaking, which would be a gang of about 10 men going to a remote country house, kicking the door in, brandishing pistols, terrorising the inhabitants and making them tell them where they kept their silver plates and their coin, and if they were rich enough, any jewels that they might have. And very violent they were about it too. Apparently on one occasion an old lady in the house refused to tell them where she kept the silver plate. So they grabbed hold of her and they literally roasted her over an open fire until she told them where she kept the silver plate. That's what kind of people they were. And that's what kind of fellow this was that I'm talking about. Not at all like the heroic image that was depicted in various novels, TV series and films over the years, where they made him out to be a bit of a Robin Hood type figure really. And they took a lot of things that were done by other people, including other criminals, heroic feats, exploits, whatever you want to call them, and they ascribed them to him in order to falsely build up his reputation for dramatic purposes. Now, he was one for his crimes in Essex, so he ran away and went on the high roads around London, and for a short part of his criminal career became what he's most known for. Anybody know who I'm talking about, Editor?
No.
We'll be the first ones ever to know.
The Yorkshire Ripper, is it?
What?
Yorkshire Ripper? No.
The Yorkshire Ripper, that was in the 70s. Look, box his ears. The Yorkshire Ripper. No, he's from Essex, first of all. What?
William something like that.
William what, sorry?
T-U, I forgot that we've seen.
T-U.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you've been in there, haven't you? Yes. Dick Turpin, that's right. Give him a round of applause. Dick Turpin, yes. You got it off her, didn't you? Yes, you got me off her. Dick Turpin, not Dick Turnip, which would be a different thing entirely. Dick Turpin, who is, of course, our most famous highwayman. A highwayman, of course, being what? A highway robber from the olden days. Being what?
A highway robber from the olden days.
Very well described. Yes, a highway robber from the olden days. This is the iconic image that we have of the highwayman, described as the 1700s highwayman from Dick Turpin's era, all given a very glamorous image in the stories and the novels and so on, coming out of the King's Highway on a beautiful horse, cloak billowing in the breeze, something covering the face, a scarf perhaps, maybe a COVID mask or something like that. And of course, in the 1700s, the obligatory tricorn hat, a bit like a pirate's hat, but it makes it specific for pirates, it was just a hat to the fashion at the time, and holding up a stagecoach at gunpoint and uttering the immortal phrase, anyone? Stand and deliver. God,
Justice.
the young people, they don't know anything, do they? Stand and deliver your money or your life, which they made into a song in the 1980s. Adam and the Ants.
Stand and deliver.
Oh, you see, he does know, it's like
I
pulling
see,
teeth.
I didn't know the song was really about that.
Yes, he was I'm the Dandy Highwayman. Yeah. So, and you remember that, don't you? No. Yes, Adam and the Ants, who I actually saw in the 1970s before they got really famous. You may have my autograph afterwards if you wish. Now, Dick Turpin is most famous having done this record-breaking horse ride from London to York in order to give himself an alibi. In the stories, he is said to have committed a crime in London, rode north at breakneck speed on this beautiful horse, Black Bess, who was so faithful to her master, she gave her very last ounce of energy as she rode north. And then at the very gates of York, her heart gave out, and she died. She died. Look at him smiling, look. She died, and it was sad because she was a horse, which is a bit like a unicorn. And then he sent to play bowls with the Lord Mayor of York in order to give himself an alibi. But of course, in real life, Dick Turpin never actually did that record-breaking ride at all. In fact, there's no evidence he ever had a horse called Black Bess for that matter. But that record-breaking ride was done by another highwayman. Well, you consider the guy who wrote the script is called Wallace as well. Sorry?
The only thing it's done is put Scotland on the map.
Well, I suppose so, really.
That's, if you speak to a lot of Americans, they just go, William Wallace, Braveheart.
Mel Gibson. Aye, that's exactly
Mel
it.
Gibson.
Mind you, there's always Scotty in Star Trek.
Well,
Yeah, so people knew about Scotland even in those days. You know, there's a lot more of an identity than there is with, say, Yorkshire or something like that.